Well, I really hope you've been enjoying Young Entrepreneurs Week 2018, powered by Keller Williams. And right now we're actually going to jump out of the format with Chris hosting the interviews. And by the way, what a great job he's been doing, because we've come up to Liverpool to do a case study for Shawbrook Bank. And it just so happens that the young gentlemen involved are both under 30. And they impressed me so much with what they've achieved in a relatively short space of time that I just had to come and talk to them. So I am delighted to be joined by Rob and Aiden. And guys, as I said, both of you under 30. Tell us a little bit about your property journey and how you've built your portfolio.
Yep, so we've been in property for about 3 years now. Fortunately, I had a dad who had some property experience already. So the first project that we did was a joint venture together, which was great for me to get a bit of experience. And then me and Aiden went into business together and began to grow the business from there, really.
Mm-hmm. Would you say, Aiden, that getting the finance was probably one of the hardest things you had to face when you were starting out?
Yeah, I would say so. It's definitely something you need to speak to your broker about to make sure you can get the finance what you need for the deal you're looking at, instead of wasting time looking at deals to then just realise you can't actually get the funds you need.
And you both did some actual sort of training as well, and I know that you're big advocates of education. What would you say have been the kind of best resources that you found for young entrepreneurs?
I'd say networking and getting advice just off other people there's a lot of people out there willing to help. So yeah, networking and courses and yeah, definitely networking helps.
Yeah, I would add mentoring to that as well. We have done courses and mentoring as well, and personally I think Aiden feels the same. We get more benefit from an ongoing mentor, because if we've got any questions or queries, we can always ring him up and you know, he'll apply his knowledge to a real life situation rather than something in a classroom environment. So yeah, we get benefit from that, I would say.
It must have been really helpful to have your dad and his property knowledge on board, but not only that, his support. Because if you have a family that is not supportive and say, oh, you know, you don't want to be doing that, you can't do that, it can actually restrict you. But it sounds to me like you've come from an environment where there's support to help you do what you're doing.
Yeah, my dad's been very supportive from day one. I invited him down to come to the first property training course that I went on, and he came along to support me, and you know, he got involved as well, and yeah, you know, he's been great.
I guess also sort of when you're young, your peers are out there going to nightclubs and concerts, and have you had to make kind of sacrifices and really focus on your business rather than doing all of those things?
Well, I'd say I still do my fair share of that stuff as well. But yeah, we do have to make sacrifices. You know, we work hard. But our long-term goals are to do this so we don't have to be working in the business all the time. We can become financially free and therefore spend time how we want to spend it with our family and friends and doing stuff we enjoy.
So let's talk a little bit about how you've grown your portfolio, because very sensibly you started off with single occupancy buy-to-let. Tell us a little bit about, we're actually in one of your projects today. This is one of the most ambitious things you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, this is one of the first HMO projects that we've done. Before this, we've just did some simple buy-to-let properties and that type of thing, and gained experience at that level before progressing to more advanced things.
And how would you say that Shawbrook, who is a partner of Property Tribes, have they been kind of instrumental in helping you move forwards? Yeah,
definitely. We're lucky enough to have a great broker who has a good relationship with Shawbrook. We've used Shawbrook a number of times now. They've got great products, and yeah, they've been fantastic to us.
Yeah, I'd definitely say they've helped us along the way with the funding side of things. So I think we'll be working with them in the future as well.
So let's talk a little bit about the challenges facing young entrepreneurs, because I guess one of the things is to be taken seriously, and people are saying, oh, you haven't got the experience, but it's sometimes a bit of a chicken and egg situation, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, rules and regulations are changing all the time, so as long as you keep up with these changes and you're informed, I don't think it really matters what age you are. I think sometimes age can be a bit of a restriction to progress in some respects.
And I guess you don't have any kind of preconceived ideas, you have a lot of energy to bring to it, and you've got a lot of time to enjoy the fruits of your labours.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely the main reason why I got into property, so I could create myself more time to just spend doing things I like and just doing the stuff I love, really. Well, I think the advantages are we're young, so, no one likes to make mistakes, but we can make a couple of mistakes along the way. And also we can build a bigger portfolio. Starting the earlier you start, the bigger a portfolio you can build.
Yeah, and enjoy the fruits of your labours, because you've got a lot more time to enjoy what you've achieved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was one of the main motivating factors for us to get into property, is to have more financial freedom and spend more time with the people that we want and how we want to spend it.
I'm so impressed with what you've done as well and the level that you've reached, because I think it takes tremendous discipline and focus. Do you think, working as the team like you do you think you're holding each other accountable, you're supporting each other, and that in some ways perhaps that's made it a little bit easier than working on your own?
Yeah, 100%. I think sometimes property can be a bit of a lonely game. I enjoy having a business partner. We're quite different people. We bring different things to the table, and I think we're definitely stronger as a team than as two individuals.
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. I think we drive each other to the next step, and we always want to get more and more out of what we're doing. So I think we drive each other to the next stage of our property journey.
I guess we are talking in what are considered challenging times, with Section 24, increasing regulation, legislation. So, wherever there's kind of challenges, there are going to be opportunities as well. I really have a strong feeling that young entrepreneurs are going to be, some of the people that see those opportunities. Do you feel positive about the sector?
Yes, I do. I think if you're one of those people who keep up to date with the regulations and you know what you're doing, I think there's opportunities there, and you can be successful where other people aren't.
And your strategy that you're employing at the moment, you feel that that's the most positive in the current market conditions?
Yeah, we feel this is going to get us to where we want to be the fast as it can. So we're adopting this strategy so we can get our cash flow high, so we can be full-time in the business.
Fantastic. Just as we close out here then, guys, there's going to be young people and actually seasoned entrepreneurs as well watching this. One of the things that I've really hoped from this week is that everybody can feel inspired and encouraged to move forward. Could you each share your kind of top tip that you would like to share with the Property Tribes community about how to be successful in property?
Yeah, I think there's a big conception that you need to have loads of money to get started in property. That's not the case. Perhaps you could work with somebody else, do a joint venture, loan some money off some family and friends to get you going, and then just push on from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'd just say keep going no matter what. You might take a little setback, so you might have a survey and the deal might fall through, but just don't let it get you down. Just keep going, because the deal will come.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for joining me here today. I have to say, I'm so impressed by what you've achieved, how knowledgeable you are. I want to wish you every success for the future. I think we're going to hear more about you in the future, and that you're some stars in the making. So I'm so glad we've been able to include Rob and Aiden in our Young Entrepreneurs Week 2018. Do drop any comments below the video. I'm sure you guys would be happy to come and engage and answer any questions that people might have.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Fantastic.